What I'd like us to do to begin is many of us represent not only ourselves, but many activities and organizations here in and around Arlington. And I'd like to invite you simply to call those names of those groups of people, those activities that are here with you. Calvary Church.
First Parish, Arlington.
First Parish.
Diversity Task Group.
Church of Our Savior, Arlington. Sanctuary United Church of Christ. Calvary Methodist. Martin Luther King Committee.
Merle Baptist Church.
Middle School.
Mass Incarceration Working Group.
Go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
Arlington Middle School.
Drikung Meditation Society Center.
Mystic Valley NAACP.
We are here. Can you tell us how we got here? So I think as many of us were watching the news, I think we all had the question that what are we going to do as Arlington residents? And does this affect us? What's happening hundreds of miles away? Does it even matter to us? You know, we are living in a nice, comfortable suburb. But I think that's why we all are here, because we do feel that when injustice is done to our brothers and sisters, it affects us. It affects each one of us. So I think as part of the Diversity Task Group, we decided to do a small reading from Pastor Niemöller from the Holocaust, and that's why we feel we are here. And the reading goes, first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Mikel Satcher. I'm a board member of the Martin Luther King committee here in town of Arlington.
Louder!
Everybody move
Board member of the
forward,
Martin Luther
closer.
King committee of
Move
Arlington.
closer.
Former pastor of First Baptist Church. Also administrator at Andover Newton Theological School. But why am I here? I'm here, I think we are here, because Martin Luther King Jr. was right. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Amen.
We are here because Socrates was right. It's a dreadful thing when the right judge judges wrongly. We are here today because we are called to come together as a community, as a people who see that even that we are different races, different ethnicities and cultures, all lives matter. And because Black lives matter, we have come here today in that solidarity. I think as an African American, what happened in Ferguson and Staten Island, what happened in Ohio, it really numbed me. It floored me. It paralyzed me. It made me feel like a person who was knocked down, stepped on, and couldn't get up. And I was hoping that someone see my pain, feel my hurt, and stand up. So when I come here today, I come because you have restored my hope. You have renewed my faith, not just being here today, but all across our nation, groups like this are coming together to say, yes, Black lives matter, but all lives matter. People coming here today because, yes, Black lives matter, but justice matters too. We're here today because it may be Black lives today, but it may be immigrant lives tomorrow. It may be transgender lives tomorrow. It may be the poor tomorrow. All lives matter. We're here today because we want to come together as a great collaboration of grassroots organizations, multi-races, multi-religious, multicultural, secular and religious, come together because we believe that things can change. My professor at Union Seminary in New York City once said, Mikel, never refuse to believe that things have to remain the way they are. Things can change. He said, as an illustration, remember our ancestors, when they endured servitude and slavery, they never stopped believing that change could come. They never stopped hoping that things would get better. So here today, we'll make that same statement. We believe that change can come. We believe that we can transform our criminal justice system. We believe that we can transform injustice into justice. We believe that we can make a more humane and just society to transform things. So this is not just a band-aid here today, right?
No.
This is only the beginning. A moment in a larger movement that believes that our nation can be better. That believes that we can transform things. We can do it. And now is the time. Yes, Black Lives Matter, but justice matters. Thank you.
Some will say that in Arlington, this demonstration is out of place. If we are of European heritage, if we are of Asian heritage, if we are Jewish or Latino, or if we are simply not African American, what do we know of being black and endangered? So let's say we don't know unless we're black. But at one time or another, we've all felt physical danger, perhaps faced an ultimate threat, and we saw that our lives matter. We see the threat to African Americans, and we affirm that black lives do matter. And quite frankly, it is more important that white people speak out at this time than people of color. It calls for us to stand with as allies. We are here to call attention to the mistakes of police, but we are not here to criticize our local police. We have no grief against the officers who stand around us and protect us today, as they do every day. We planned this event in close cooperation with Police Chief Fred Ryan, who this week we learned will take his sensitive police leadership to one of the most important police agencies in eastern Massachusetts as Chief of the MBTA Police Force. Yay! We honor Chief Ryan and every police officer here today. Some will say we have no business occupying the central intersection of our town, the place where all our lives cross. It's the corner with the meeting house on the spot where our town began. It's the corner with banks we trust, restaurants where we enjoy a meal and refreshment, a library whose knowledge we seek, and a town hall where we come together to govern ourselves as best we can in these few square miles we call home. This is the corner where we seek the best for our lives, where the people before us sought the best for their lives from the American Revolution, and where the people who follow us will do the same. We say today that Black Lives Matter, and no police force today has any business being oppressive and out of touch. No prosecutor has any business making the defense of police a priority over the prosecution of a wrongful death when bringing a case against before a secret grand jury. No prosecutor should have a hand in avoiding the prosecution in trial, the function of the office that they hold. No police officer has any business relying on racial profiling over investigating the particulars of the individual in front of them. We in Arlington can model another way. Black lives matter. We want young black men and boys and young black women and girls too to believe that their lives matter now. 6, 7, 8, and 9 decades from now, we want these same young people to look back over a long life, long, full, satisfying lives, and say that there was a time when they thought they were in danger. They saw with their own lives in the decades hence that the arc of the universe was long. But as Dr. King said, and the Reverend Theodore Parker preached long before that it bent toward justice. And the nation learned, and the nation turned once again. It took another stand closer toward love. It said that Black lives matter, and the people believed it to be true.
Thank you. Wonderful. This is the best country in the world.
Right.
Like myself, I come from Tibet. Many people know Tibet. Many people don't know Tibet. So this happened last couple of months to remind you first for my country what it looks like. I want to stand here to the color is just the beautiful way the garden. The flowers, so many colors, you want to go to see the garden. Only one color, maybe you go boring. So the United countries, the whole country people join to the United States. They see what they have the quality, the freedom. I respect here the most country of many places, just the best country, but we need more better jobs. Any color is just only part of the skin. I'm Buddhist monk who want to suffer. Any color doesn't matter, that nobody wants suffering. So we want to be together to equality. This is my wish to all beings to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lama Sonam to send us off with a singing bowl, with the sound of a singing bowl. And then I invite us to move in silence to the 3 corners, the 3 that are not under construction. And it would be lovely if we were evenly dispersed. So I think we can work that out amongst ourselves about evenly dispersing yourself and then regathering at 2:15 here as a closing.
So now I will ring the bell, the singing bowl before. I'm holding here the white slick, and inside there's 8 special symbol. So this means no more just happen in the other stage, there's a black teenager and there's no weapon, there are some mystics, no more mystic, any police or non-police. The better to all specials come together, everyone become the special symbol. So this is why I'm holding this banner, and then also I'm going to use the singing bowl, the silent 1 minute.